Welcome aboard, Space Cadets. Frog reporting in for another Speed Paint. Today our mission is to explore the roots of Noro's creation, his past and present design, as well as some of his backstory, and how it shaped his personality. I'm super excited to share Noro with you all, and truly hope you enjoy him as much as I do. So like Yanni, he started as a gacha character, but he basically just revolved around her. He was created for her, so he didn't have much of a personality. His only purpose was to be Yanni's love interest. But as I started looking more into Yanni's character, I realized how much potential Noro really had. So I began to give him details here and there, and little by little, he gained a small personality. And then I added motivations, and essentially, he became a real boy! But he still needed some work. I had a lot of trouble deciding what or who I wanted him to be. He was constantly changing to the point that I again lost sight of him as a character. So I did what any artist would do. I took inspiration from a character that I truly love, and that character specifically is Batman. When you think Batman, you think stone cold and serious, which is far from the truth. Batman has a soft side that is so apparent and one of his greatest strengths. Batman is always missing a piece of himself and missing a piece of love in his own heart. Batman found that missing piece in his found family after his parents' murder. But now you wonder, how does this affect Noro? Keep up with me here. Sacrifice is what makes Batman tough. But his understanding that love is needed is due to him knowing how it feels to be unloved or cast aside. So for Noro, it gave me a big building block. Noro's character was built around the strong bonds of those around him. His missing piece had been pulled away, so he went to seek it out and ultimately found a new piece, making an even bigger and better version of himself. Whoa, that was a lot. Let's get into the character design. As we know, the theme is stars. Yanni is covered in them, so Noro has to have some. Originally, he was given a regular astronaut suit with a red star decal. It was overall pretty basic and didn't seem like anything special. It felt too human. I wanted everything about Noro to reflect his character, but as I was trying to figure out, he went through a couple of phases. I started with minor improvements by adding pockets and small hook belts with no visible purpose, but that felt basic again. He then got an upgrade and got texture added to his uniform around the center and a bit more useful pockets. I tried to spice it up, but as his character developed, I realized simple was the right move. Noro starts as a simple character, so his dressing should reflect that. He is a uniformed soldier. He's put together and doesn't step outside of what he knows unless absolutely necessary. So I thought, simple now, big later. And so I ended on an armored spacesuit with texture in the abs area and 2 orange belt pockets along with 2 forearm pockets with black work boots that have matching orange on the sole. So overall pretty simple, but I think little details help parts of Noro shine through. For his backstory, I honestly was unsure as where I wanted to go with it, but I knew what I wanted it to be centered around. So let's get into it. Noro's backstory is honestly built off so much lore that I can't really talk about it. Wait, guys, where are you going? Guys, where are you going? Okay, enough joking. Since we can't really go into his backstory, I'll be telling you about as much as I can and a little bit of how the ranking system works and where he falls on the power scale. Okay, so enough rambling. Noro's around 17 and is very noble-hearted. As a child, Noro often stood up for those smaller than him and made it his duty to protect those who couldn't do it themselves. That had been taken notice by a powerful somebody and was put into the system at an early age, which made him train and work harder. But he wasn't alone in this endeavor. Another cadet was there with him. They grew quite close and became brothers, not by blood, but by soul. You can read the comic to find out more. Okay, anyway, now to the ranking, and more about power dynamics. Noro, as we know, is a commander. I honestly had a bit of trouble coming up with how the ranking system works, but here's what I settled on. At the top, we have Sakims. They will get their own separate video, but just know that they're in charge. Below the Sakims, there are generals. Each Sakim has 2 generals, and underneath the generals are commanders. That would be Noro. Each section has 4 commanders, underneath the 2 generals. Only the best of the best in their craft fill these roles. Below them, there are cadets and rangers. Cadets are kids from ranges around 13 to 17, where they are trained and picked to be the next commanders. And rangers are kids picked from around 7 to 12. This is where they are sorted into what they are best at. In Noro's case, he was more muscle, so he would go into a field of battle or protection where his skills were most needed. Ugh, that was a lot of information. I honestly didn't get to cover as much information as I wanted to due to him being just so lore heavy. I will make a video explaining the rankings once the comic is released, and that will really put all the pieces together, but I hope it gave you a better understanding or maybe even grabbed your attention to want to learn more about it. I really hope you guys enjoyed Noro, and I can't wait to tell you more. As always, reach for the stars no matter how far they seem, and I'll see you around the galaxy. Frog over and out.